What is good, guys? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers, and break down what's happening with the economic calendar moving forward. Some very important information on the markets and what's going on with Tesla stock as we have new news coming out and some incredible achievements that have been announced. But before I break things down, information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Weeble link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Weeble and deposit $500, you are guaranteed 20 free stocks. If you deposit $25,000 or more, you're guaranteed 75 of them. And the offer ends very soon in just about a few weeks. Anyways, for Tesla, I just want to say that right now we're still kind of range bound, trading sideways in this range. We'll be watching to see what Tesla ends up doing as we approach the shareholder meeting, but we're still trying to hold this support. We'll be watching to see how well Tesla does this. Now, the 4-hour is showing some weakness on the charts. We will see if this does lead to downside, but we're still holding the support, so we can't officially say it's breaking quite yet, as it's still range bound. Now, for the overall market, we had some data that just came out. Initial jobless claims was at 229,000, a little bit above expectations of 220,000. Continuing jobless claims was at 1.79 million in total. This is actually aligned with expectations. So the jobs numbers were quite so-so. The market's still kind of flat despite them coming out. And we're going to be fighting some tough resistance, in my personal opinion, as time goes on. Now, one thing worth noting is that we saw a new all-time high in the S&P 500, which is awesome to hear. There was some news coming out for Nvda as the chipmaker passed the $3 trillion market cap milestone. Absolutely insane. And Walmart and others out there are actually planning to offer new training programs and certifications, which is actually very, very cool. Good for the company as a whole as well. So this is what's making the majority of headlines so far. Now, for Tesla as a whole, I just wanted to say that right now, there's a Tesla chair out there who has signaled. His name is Robin Denholm. He came out and he's saying that when it comes to Elon Musk, he has an incentive to continue working here. If he doesn't get that incentive, he might not. Continue working for Tesla. That's something that's very important. Basically, his 2018 $56 billion pay compensation, it's reapproved. We're going to be watching to see if that ends up being the case. But that's going to, be something that really motivates him to continue doing what he's doing. And this was a done deal before. This is something that it's really important. This was approved before. Now the shareholders, they have a different view, and this is up for debate again. So we will see how this goes for him. I'm hoping that this does get approved now, because it really will benefit Elon Musk. And, he's also done a lot for shareholders, and he's going to do so much more moving forward. One thing that I believe is that, look, for the short term, all right, Tesla's kind of like at a low value right now. But for the long term, when this thing really starts running into the thousands per share, he's going to create even more astronomical wealth for retail investors. So, he played a massive role in making Tesla what it is. He does deserve, a very, very good incentive to continue doing what he's doing. And if the shareholders disagree, I will just respect their opinion. But I just want to make that very clear that that's what is kind of coming out so far. Tesla's also built 50 million of the 4680 battery cells. That's actually a very, very big achievement from that they just announced. This is at the Giga Texas, so this is going to be pivotal for their growth moving forward. And battery cells are just a pivotal building block of what makes Tesla Tesla. So great news for Tesla, at least for that. They have achieved something very good. Now, Elon Musk also just tweeted just right yesterday night about how you could vote on your Tesla shares, and he kind of like has like the tutorial right over here of where you can actually go to. So that's something that's worth noting. You can basically go to different websites to do it, and different things like that. I will go over this in more detail in another video once we get closer to the shareholder events. But for now, we're just going to focus on this. So, what's happening with Tesla, in my personal opinion? Honestly, guys, we do still have this head and shoulders like structure, but we haven't officially broken down. We have support between 173 and 174. We have resistance all the way up to 178 to 180, and we're still stuck within this range, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And as we're stuck within this range, there's not really a whole lot else that's happening right over here. So if we were to lose support, there's going to be a bigger dip coming. If we end up breaking past resistance around 176, then yes, we could try to push higher, but we're still kind of stuck in the range. Now, we also have this double top that formed here with these wicks. So this kind of suggests that liquidity is being drawn here, and Tesla's still kind of dipping a little bit. So technicals do look a little bit more in favor of bears for the shorter term. Okay, so it does kind of favor, it might dip a little lower, all the way down to like 172.5, maybe even lower levels, and the head and shoulders might play out. However, despite a potential dip, which is looking a little bit more probable, We still have a inverse head and shoulders that suggests that upside will be followed by that. And let me just make it very clear that if we whether we get the downside or not, we can't determine that yet because we have this support at 173 to 174 to be watching for. And I want to make it very clear that as far as the support goes, we'll watch and see how well this holds up. But I want to make it very, very clear to everyone that this support is going to be pivotal for the way Tesla ends up moving, and we haven't really lost it quite yet. So we're still range trading. We're how we were stuck between the support down here in the 173 to 174 area, and then resistance at excuse me 178. So we're still stuck in this range. There's not really a whole lot else going on for now until we see a break. For SPY, we are pushing very nice, but like I said in my earlier video from yesterday, the 535 area is going to be some tight resistance. We'll be watching to see how well SPY holds from there. If we do break that, 536 is next. If we lose 535, we'll be looking at support at 534 all the way down here. And if we lose that, I'll be looking at 532.5. So I think that what's going to happen to SPY is, like I said in my video from yesterday, we'd push a little higher. And now I think we're going to shuffle up in this range for some time in tight resistance. We'll see if we get a rejection or not. If we do get a rejection, I'll be looking at 532.5. But for now, we're just going to shuffle for a bit. And we could see a lot of resistance to be kind of fought at this level. And we'll see how it kind of reacts right over here as we're still kind of range bound this pre-market session. That's even despite initial jobless claims coming out. For Nvda, I called out that we could be looking for about 1250. That's exactly where Nvidia went to. Now we're trading sideways up here. So we'll be watching. We have support at 1225, resistance at 1250. We're kind of stuck for now. So we'll give this some time. It may continue to shuffle in this range for the time being, but we'll watch and see which way we end up breaking. If we lose 1225, then we turn a bit more bearish. We'll be coming back down to 1200. But so far, so good from Nvidia. For Bitcoin, we pumped all the way up. And this is what I told everyone earlier, that I was expecting it to go very close to about 72,000. We came very close to that. Now we're kind of dipping a little bit. If we do dip back down, watch 70,367 as support, very close to our 20 EMA. Watch to see if we get a bounce off that or not. That's going to be key for how we end up moving. For QQQ, excuse me, guys, we have 464 is our resistance. If we break through this, we could technically just continue to shuffle between 465 and about the 463 range. I think that's what we're going to do for the time being for the QQQ kind of shuffle like this. And we will see if we end up losing 463 or not. If we do, excuse me, if we do so, then yes, we could dip a little bit. But for now, we're still holding up very well. For Aapl, resistance is going to be at 196. If we lose that, I'll be looking at 195. We may just continue to shuffle from here. Moving forward, guys, we just had some companies such as Neo announced their earnings, and sadly, we actually saw the share price dip. It is what it is, guys. We just have to continue moving forward. For others out there, we just had Coinbase. Coinbase is still continuing to push. We're at this 250 resistance. If we get a rejection, we'll look for a retest of 241. If not, we just continue to shuffle up here. And that's pretty much it for the time being, guys. As far as data and news goes, GameStop had resistance at 32. If we do retrace a bit, look for 28 as support and 32 as resistance. We'll see how it reacts to that. AMC has resistance all the way up to this like 5.25 area and support at 4.84. So we'll see how it goes. We're just going to be very, very open-minded nonetheless. With that being said, guys, I just want to thank you all so much for listening. Please have an absolutely incredible rest of the day. And we're just going to continue pushing no matter what ends up happening. But let me just make it very clear that Tesla is still trying to hold up. It's still kind of range bound right here. And we're just going to be open-minded nonetheless, just to see how it goes. But there are some bearish signals. We'll wait and see if they develop or not. And we'll be very patient with this. All right. So look at the range on Tesla, give it the time it needs, and we will see how things go. For now, it's range bound, but we'll see if we get some kind of break or not. We're still waiting for that. So be very patient. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys soon, and peace out.